Yeah. Is there anything new here? Visit the Tinkerer. You have traced the correspondence sigils she was after. Well, one of them. Sure. Carefully, she takes your scorched notebook in her hands and flicks through the pages, occasionally nodding. Thank you, Captain. How marvelous. It ought to be classified with the regrettables in the Doleful compilation, I think. She traces the broken lines of the sign with her blackened fingertip. The impact that destroys, the fire that burns bright. For some, there is no surrender. She takes the notebook and places it in a drawer marked with the stamp of the Ministry. Very good, Captain. Here, your reward. I'm more than happy to do business with you from now on. Okay. Let's check it out then. Visit her shop. The inscribed Tinkerer shows you her workroom, where half-built machines and Herculean blueprints dominate the cluttered space. Old hobbies before I found my real passion, she says, in tones of fond humor. See if there's anything you'd like. I'll get the lads from engineering to knock something together for you. It's more equipment. Great. Okay. Signora Zenobia's Prestige Scythe. Takes your auxiliary slot, requires your heart, sizzle is 45 and increases your armor by 8. That's it? A reinforced and rarefied canning system. It's a canning system, okay. Okay. Acquire an adamant reinforced windshield for a captain who intends to see the stars in style. Bridge slot, weighs at least 65, increases armor by 17. In the bridge slot. I don't think I'd ever want that. Well, I guess unless I'm fighting some very, very tough fight, but acquire a cantankerous, boring rig. A hardy and stubborn mining rig made from the repurposed shells of cantankerry. Auxiliary slot, mirrors 45, hold by 4 and armor by 5. Sounds pretty bad. No, because it's got mining too. Okay. Pretty damn good, actually. Heathcliff durable plating. Perfect for keeping people out. Hearts 45, armor 11 and hold 4. It's hearts, we can't do it. Acquire a Pluto miniature low furnace. For the speedy and incendiary removal of inconvenient lows arresting your progress. Bridge slot, iron 65, hold by 3, quarters by 3, and hidden compartments by 2. That is damn amazing. But iron 65. I don't think we are there. Acquire the Osiris dented divider, a scrupulous and discerning canning device. Auxiliary mirrors 65, hold by 8. Damn. Okay. Is there anything here I actually want? Well, that's stuff I would like, certainly, but it requires hearts, so no. Yet there's this one. We just bought something for a bridge slot. We don't have iron 65 anyway. Where are we in fact for iron? 38 plus 18. That's 48.56. Okay. We're not that far, but we're not there. Arsenal. Okay, let's contribute caged catch. That's good. And then what? Do they have bargains? Yes, tea. But we need to get supplies. I think 3 is good, just because terror is still high, and I'm a bit worried about that. So then we could buy tea. Okay, what do we have in store? Munitions and the bombazine. We could trade some munitions. We got them cheap, so that makes it fine, I guess. But then we could contribute other things. That's useful. such as otherworldly artifacts. Although these don't take hold, so we don't need to contribute them now unless we want to buy something. Do we want... We kinda want the amniotic crew containment, yes. But it's 19. We are not getting there unless we sacrifice significant stuff. I don't know what this could be used for. I've already used 2 of these. Might as well trade one away, I don't know. I could, right, contribute them to make space for the tea. Kinda makes sense to me, yeah. So we'll contribute 3 to have space for the 5 tea. Now we're at 7. We could buy that, but then we'd lose 4 hold. And hold is quite useful to us right now, because we are making long trips. We don't have to make long trips. We could work otherwise, but that sounds efficient, doing things that way. We already had a bunch of tea, right? But it's useful for a bunch of things. Anyway, it's a bargain. Okay. Guess we just go to the most serene mausoleum then. And dark. And there we go. Do we want to explore on the way? Terror is a bit too high for me to feel comfortable doing that. We can certainly scout on the way though. What do they sell? Fuel and supplies. Yeah, perfectly fine. Okay, well I guess we can afford to go that way. Do we expect it to wrap around? I guess so. If it does not, my main concern is going to be terror. Visibility is so bad. If we beat him, we can reduce terror by a significant amount, I think. But we are in a terrible position there, because we can't dodge its shotgun attacks. Okay. Okay, I feel better now. Did not actually dodge anything here. I'm doing pretty bad. Being in such an enclosed space is not good, obviously. Coming. It's so fast. Jesus. That's terrible. I absolutely need to run. That's tough foe. Jeez. To think I bit one with the Orpheum. I dodged the wrong way. That is pretty bad. I keep dodging the wrong way because my locomotive is facing down instead of up. And I can't process it properly. It is so much faster than me. Okay, hopefully it's gonna have trouble wrapping around the core. Let's dodge that horror. Dreadnought, please do not collide with me. Well, we got utterly destroyed. But here we are. We're gonna be able to relieve terror. An opportunity, literature. Okay, let's first go to the bazaar and sell our bombazine to make some space. There's a bargain for... Please? There's no bargain. It was a lie. Let's get some fuel supplies. Might be more than what we need, but... Opportunity. We need a favor bestowed. Oh. The Dismal Chamberlain, the most senior of the Deathless who reside in the mausoleum, has been declared missing. The other Deathless have organized an auction of books from his private library. After all, the Empress's stipend only extends so far, and all have apartments in need of refurbishment. Should he return, well, perhaps this will teach him a lesson about disappearing without due notice. The Luminous Cardinal presides over the auction. He promises fairness, but he clearly has his eyes on the Chamberlain's poems and ballads. We can't do that because we don't have a favor. Okay. Attending a funeral. Few mourners are willing to brave the long journey through the Reach to say goodbye to a loved one. Visitors are welcome to the extra chairs in the mausoleum's many chapels, provided they carry themselves appropriately. It is a calming way to spend a few hours basking in lives well lived, or taking solace in still having a future. Attend the miser's funeral. The chapel is empty, the corpse lies largely unmourned, or attend the Skyfarer's funeral. The priests welcome other travelers to share their stories from afar. We'll do that because it will reduce more terror, right? Yeah. The funeral is a mix of gentle sobbing and clutching handkerchiefs in excitement at stories from the depths of the high wilderness. You play a part, ensuring that the fellow traveler's life is remembered instead of being lost to the winds far from home. Inter your aunt. Her quest brings me to the Reach, does it not? Where did I write Aunty? Where does she want to go? Not to the Reach, actually. Oh, to the Reach. I just wrote it wrong. Right. She wants to go to Carillon. So we can just leave her there. We don't need her for now in Albion. Your aunt adjusts her horrible veil and beams at you. Remember, I shall be listening very carefully to your eulogy. She informs you before being led away into the mausoleum. The funeral passes in a haze of sherry and fortified wine. Your aunt's service to the crown is remembered, as are her many contributions in civic life, to civic life. When the priest forgets a few, your aunt reminds him in a loud stage whisper from within her ceremonial coffin. And then it is over. Your aunt has joined the Deathless for a probationary period. As she tells you afterwards, she is free to bunk off whenever she fancies. After all, who will tell her no? Your aunt resides among the hushed sepulchres of the most serene mausoleum as one of the Deathless few. She has been given a generous apartment, the decor of which has been thoroughly ruined by brightly coloured antimacassars and little china ornaments. I don't hold with neo-Gothic, she informed you when you passed comment. Ask your aunt to curry favour with the other Deathless, which we cannot do ourselves. Ask her to gather barrels of unseasoned hours, or collect her. She will curry favour with them. Your aunt giggles. It is an alarming noise. I have preempted you, she directs your attention to her diary. What was once a slim notebook is now bulging with timetables, folded up sheets of paper, and what might be a small bottle of sherry. I have appointments ready. Do you know I was at finishing school with the counselor? Your aunt's eyes gleam. I don't think she remembers. But she will. 30 days. So first... Serene Mausoleum. 1st of September. For Aunty. Okay. That will allow me to progress the quest for the Clay Man. Report. Enter a member of your crew. Why? You needed 13 at most. Huh? The mausoleum accepts remains of mementos of the dead in its vaults. Ah, we need it not to be full. I guess. Okay, so we can pay for that. Will it relieve terror? The cheery registrar adopts an expression of practiced solemnity and calls for a footman. The footman asks a number of questions about the crew member. Name, occupation, buyer or niche. Don't know that word. Coffin stand.
Beer.
Beer. Okay. Candles and how often, flowers and what variety. Eventually he is satisfied and leads you and those of your crew closest to the deceased into the catacombs of the mausoleum. You're guided to a vast tomb where candles have been lit and the scent of lilies is strong. Your crew member is interred in a small drawer in one wall of many. Here your crew member, or some part of them at least, will remain at last at rest. We could do that again to reduce terror. Contemplate dead sun. Was it just a vision of heaven, but we get terror? Okay. Approach the deathless. Is it... Yeah, we can still only talk to her. No thanks. So then we'll just visit the memorial and lower terror. Please give me an option to do that 10 times. Without having to waste valuable resources instead of sovereigns. Doing the uncanny specimen thing sounds so worthless when you can just spend a little sovereigns. It's 3 for 1 terror, so it's 30 for 10 terror. That's not a big price. Well, that was peak gameplay. Okay,